Right now as you watch this, your subconscious mind is making decisions for you. Not suggestions, decisions about what you believe you're capable of, about what you deserve, about what's possible in your life. And here's what most people don't realize. These decisions weren't made by you. They were installed years ago, sometimes in childhood, sometimes through trauma, sometimes through simple repetition. Your conscious mind, the part of you that thinks it's in control, is actually only processing about 5% of the information your brain receives. The other 95%, that's the subconscious. And it's running the show. Today, I'm going to show you how to rewrite those programs. Not through willpower, not through affirmations, but through a scientifically grounded process I call the neuro-quantum method. I'll give you the 3 steps right now, but I won't explain how to use them until later. Because knowing the steps is easy. Applying them with precision, that's where transformation happens. And if you stay with me until the end, you'll understand why 95% of people who want to change never do, even when they're motivated, even when they understand the problem. I am the quantum philosopher, and this is Quantum Genesis, where science meets the soul. Now I present to you 3 steps for an early reveal. Here they are. Step 1. Interrupt the subconscious loop. Step 2. Create emotional neural coherence. Step 3. Install a new internal reference. Write them down if you want, because by the time we're done, you'll know exactly what each one means, and more importantly, how to use them. But first, we need to understand what we're actually working with. What the subconscious really is. Let's start with clarity. The subconscious mind is not some mystical force. From a neuroscience perspective, it has procedural memory, the part of your brain that automates behavior so you don't have to think about every single action. It is housed primarily in the basal ganglia and the limbic system, ancient structures that evolved long before the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for conscious thought. This is why you can drive a car while having the conversation. This is why you can walk without thinking about each step. But it's also why you react to stress the same way, over and over. Why you choose the same type of partner. Why you self-sabotage at the exact moment you're about to succeed. Research from cognitive neuroscience, particularly the work of Benjamin Libet, shows that your brain makes decisions up to 7 seconds before you become consciously aware of them. Let that sink in. The you that you think is choosing is often just observing choices that have already been made. And those choices are based on patterns formed years ago. Dr. Bruce Lipton's research in epigenetics reveals something even more profound. Your subconscious programming was primarily established before the age of 7. During those early years, your brain operates predominantly in theta brainwave states, the same state you enter during hypnosis. You weren't critically analyzing the world. You were absorbing it. Every message about who you are, every emotional atmosphere in your home, every reaction from the people around you, all of it became your operating system. And here's the challenge. Your brain's primary job isn't to make you happy. It's to keep you alive. And to your brain, alive means familiar. So it repeats what it knows, even when what it knows is destroying you. This is the neuroscience of resistance. Here's why change feels so difficult. When you try to do something new, your brain interprets it as a threat, not a logical threat, a survival threat. This triggers the amygdala, your brain's alarm system, which floods your body with stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline. Suddenly that new opportunity you were excited about feels dangerous. Your chest tightens. Your breathing becomes shallow. You find a reason to retreat. This isn't weakness. This is neurobiology. Dr. Joseph Ledoux's research on fear conditioning shows that the amygdala can create emotional memories faster than the conscious mind can process them. This means you can feel fear, anxiety, or resistance before you even understand why. And once that emotional state is activated, your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, goes offline. You literally cannot think clearly. This is why willpower fails. You're not fighting a lack of discipline. You're refighting millions of years of evolutionary programming designed to keep you safe by keeping you the same. Here's how this shows up in real life. A everyday life example. You tell yourself you want a new career. You want financial freedom. You tell yourself you want a new career. You want financial freedom. You want deeper, more authentic relationships. You read the books. You watch the videos. You understand intellectually what needs to change. But when the opportunity appears, your body says no before your mind can say yes. That job interview you were excited about, suddenly you feel unqualified. That person who's interested in you, suddenly you find their flaws. That business idea you've been developing, suddenly it seems unrealistic. That's not fear of failure. That's neural conditioning. Your subconscious associates the unknown with danger. And the nervous system? It always wins. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're not lacking discipline. You're just running outdated software. And the solution isn't more motivation. It's a different approach entirely. And here's the insight that changes everything. You cannot rewire the subconscious with information alone. Reading books won't do it. Watching videos won't do it. Even understanding the problem won't do it. Because the subconscious doesn't speak language. It was formed before you could speak, before you could reason, before you had words for your experience. The subconscious speaks emotion. It speaks repetition. It speaks physiology. And that's exactly where the neuroquantum method comes in. Let's go deeper. Step 1. Interrupt the subconscious loop. Every subconscious pattern follows the same structure. Trigger gives thought, gives emotion, gives physical reaction, gives behavior, and it happens so fast, you don't even notice. Someone criticizes you. You feel a contraction in your chest. Before you know it, you're defensive, withdrawn, or angry. You didn't choose that response. It chose you. But here's the key. The moment you notice the reaction, without immediately acting on it, you create what neuroscientists call a neurological gap. This gap is everything. It activates your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for awareness, choice, and self-regulation. Dr. Dan Siegel, a clinical professor of psychiatry at UCLA, calls this process, name it to tame it. When you bring conscious awareness to an emotional reaction, you literally change the neural pathway. fMRI studies show that when you label an emotion, I'm feeling anxious, I'm noticing anger, activity in the amygdala decreases, while activity in the prefrontal cortex increases. You're shifting from reactive to responsive. Awareness isn't passive. It's a biological interruption. And without that interruption, there is no change. You just keep running the same loop. This is why meditation works. This is why breathwork works. Not because they're spiritual, but because they create space between stimulus and response. Viktor Frankl, the Austrian psychiatrist who survived Auschwitz, said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. That space is neurological, and you can train it." Step 2. Create emotional neural coherence. Now we enter the most powerful part. Research from the HeartMath Institute and the field of neurocardiology shows something that challenges everything we thought we knew about the brain. The heart sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. The heart has its own neural network, what scientists call the heart brain, containing approximately 40,000 neurons. And when your emotional state is chaotic, when you're anxious, frustrated, or overwhelmed, your heart rhythm becomes erratic. This sends stress signals to the brain, which then becomes rigid. It cannot learn. It cannot adapt. It cannot create new neural pathways. But when you regulate your breathing, when you stabilize your emotional tone, something remarkable happens. Your heart rhythm becomes coherent, a smooth sine wave pattern. And this coherence sends signals to the brain that say, it's safe, you can relax, you can learn, The brain enters a state called neuroplastic receptivity. In simple terms, the brain becomes writable. This is not metaphor. This is measurable physiology. Studies on heart rate variability, HRV, the variation in time between heartbeats, show that higher HRV is associated with greater emotional regulation, improved cognitive function, increased resilience to stress, enhanced ability to learn and adapt. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist at Stanford, explains that when you extend your exhale, making it longer than your inhale, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your body's rest and digest mode. It's the biological opposite of the stress response. And when your nervous system is regulated, when you're in a state of calm alertness, the brain's plasticity increases dramatically. This is why trauma therapy works. This is why somatic practices work. This is why you can't think your way out of a nervous system problem. Without emotional regulation, the subconscious remains locked. With it, the door opens. Now, here's where science meets something deeper. The quantum element quantum physics tells us that observation changes reality. At the subatomic level, particles exist in a state of probability until they're observed. And while your life isn't governed by quantum mechanics in the literal sense, there's a profound parallel. What you pay attention to, you strengthen. Neuroscience calls this Hebbian plasticity. Neurons that fire together, wire together. When you repeatedly direct your attention to a thought, an emotion, or a behavior, you're not just thinking about it. You're physically building neural architecture. Dr. Rick Hansen, a neuropsychologist, describes this as, the brain is like Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. This is evolutionary. Your ancestors who remembered the location of danger survived. Those who only remembered pleasant meadows didn't. But here's the challenge. That same survival mechanism keeps you stuck in patterns of fear, scarcity, and self-doubt. Unless you consciously intervene. Unless you become the observer of your own neural construction. This is the quantum element. You're not just reprogramming your brain. You're choosing which version of yourself to collapse into reality. Step 3. Install a new internal reference. Here's what most people get wrong. They think visualization is enough. They think motivation is enough. They think understanding is enough. It's not. The brain doesn't learn from imagination alone. It learns from felt experience. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research shows that when you combine a clear mental image with a strong emotional state and repeat it consistently in a regulated nervous system, the brain cannot tell the difference between that experience and reality. Neurologically, it's the same. Studies using fMRI and EEG show that when athletes mentally rehearse a movement, the same motor cortex regions activate as when they physically perform it. The brain is building the pathway. But here's the critical part. It only works when the emotional tone matches the desired outcome. If you visualize success while feeling unworthy, you're installing a contradiction. And the subconscious will default to the emotional truth, not the mental image. This is why affirmations fail for most people. They're saying, I am abundant, while their nervous system is screaming, I am unsafe. The subconscious hears the nervous system. So the process is this. 1. Regulate your emotional state. Step 2. Imagine the desired experience with sensory detail. 3. Feel the emotion of already living it. 4. Repeat until it becomes familiar. When that emotional state is repeated in a coherent nervous system, the brain begins to accept it as normal. Normal becomes automatic. Automatic becomes identity. And as Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. You're not changing your thoughts. You're changing your internal reference point. You're teaching your brain that success, love, peace, whatever you're working toward, is safe, is normal, is you. So let's bring it all together. Step 1. Interrupt the loop. Create awareness and activate the prefrontal cortex. Step 2. Regulate your emotional state. Achieve heart-brain coherence and open neuroplasticity. Step 3. Install a new reference. Use emotional repetition to rewrite your identity. This is not positive thinking. This is not manifestation. This is not hoping things will change. This is biological reprogramming. And it's happening whether you're aware of it or not. The only question is, are you programming yourself consciously or unconsciously? Are you choosing your patterns or repeating the ones you inherited? Your subconscious is powerful, but it's not permanent. It's plastic, changeable, responsive, and with the right tools grounded in neuroscience, psychology, and emotional intelligence, you can become the author of your own mind. Channel Identity Plus closing. If you want to go deeper, if you want to explore the intersection of neuroscience, quantum theory, and consciousness, come with me. I am the quantum philosopher. And this is Quantum Genesis, where science meets the soul. See you in the next one.